How about your hidden coach getting thrown out before the game starts and you responding with 9 runs?
Power move. That's a power move.
Yeah, absolutely massive. I think I just tweeted electric from our account because that's how it felt. How about you go get yourself tossed in one sentence? That's fantastic. With the lineup card handoff, which is the weirdest thing that I think we still do that instead of just like, they have access to the lineup card. But welcome to, your Thursday episode. Sorry we couldn't hit you up on Wednesday. We'll get into that. But mostly we're going to get into our storylines and MVPs for this White Sox series loss. We're also going to talk about lineups without George. What would we like to see while Springer is at least on the shelf for now? And then we'll do a little this day in Blue Jays history because it's an off day. So we're going to talk about some on days for the Blue Jays. It's Locked On Blue Jays, and it starts right now.
You are Locked On Blue Jays, your daily Toronto Blue Jays podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On Blue Jays. Thanks so much for making Locked On Blue Jays your first listen every day, especially on this Thursday. He's Matt Bonaparte. I'm Ben Shulman. You can catch us on Apple Podcasts, Odyssey, Spotify, Stitcher. Reach out to us on Twitter at Locked On Jays. Email us at the email lockedonjaysreal@gmail.com.
That's REAL.
Yeah, not like a photography or a film reel, I guess, would be more accurate. Or like a slides reel. No, like the real thing, which we are, at least the real Locked On people. So, Bones, Blue Jays win the last game 9-5, lose the series 2-1 in Chicago. Raucous White Sox crowd, a guaranteed rate. Credit to them. Blue Jays crowd was getting into it, but hilarious for the White Sox to win a series and have so many Fire Tony chants throughout. Really enjoyed that. Not saying I care whether Tony gets fired or not. Truthfully, do not. But just so much anger on the South Side. I'm
Pandemonium.
Yeah, there was near pandemonium in Game 2. Blue Jays lose, though, 2 out of 3. And unfortunately, I don't think the Yankees game, we're recording this Wednesday, I think the Yankees game is wrapping up. So another series where they're going to go another game back to the Yankees. What's your storyline, guy?
My storyline, I'm going to have 2. Is it okay if I have 2? I'm going to have 2.
Hopefully one of them's not mine, though.
Okay. I hope it's not. My first one is that this is my official stance, my official statement. This bullpen, if you do not add to it, will not win you a World Series. I'm telling you right now, it will not happen. You objectively do not have the right arms to win you a World Series. Jordan Romano, while fantastic in many spots, is going to falter at times like we saw in Game 2. You need to have guys that can come in and mop up when they need to. It just won't happen right now. You need to add 1 or 2 arms. Maybe they don't have to be the greatest arms in the world. You need new blood in this bullpen. My second storyline, and I hope it's not yours, Ben. You could stop me and go, if it is yours. But the Red Sox are nipping at your heels. Is that your storyline?
No, I really wish I could just and cut you off because I don't know how many times people get the pass to do that. But no, that was not my second one. But yes, the Red Sox are. Thankfully, the Rays have dropped a little bit back. But the Red Sox.
The Red Sox are a half a game behind you. One half a game. They're nipping at your heels. What'd you say?
Do you know who they're playing next? They just swept the Tigers.
I'll find out for you, friend.
Tigers sticky. While you're looking,
they play the Guardians on Friday, 3-game set, and then they come to Toronto for a 3-game set.
Guardians are good, so that's not the end of the world.
I'm just saying, you are at jeopardy of losing the second spot in the AL East. You're in jeopardy. Big time.
I'm going to circle back on point 1. We were debating a little back and forth about like a week, maybe a week and a half ago. Do they need a starter more? Do they need a reliever more? I feel like it's pretty clear at this point that reliever is more of a need. It's not that they couldn't use a starter.
I do think they need both, but I think a reliever is a bigger ask right now.
Yeah. You did get a good performance out of Gosman and a good performance out of Strips, which I guess segues into my storyline, which is that you should have just won the series. Like, you should have won the series. If Barrios doesn't get blown up, there's a lot of ifs. And I know not everything's going to go perfect. Teams lose for a reason. But if Barrios doesn't get blown up, you win the first game. If you just find a way to score one more run, you probably have the momentum to win the first game. You obviously should have won the second game. I mean, I'm still
No doubt about it.
I'm still pretty rattled about that game. And our pod.
How many
didn't come
times
out.
should they have won that game? 4 times? 3
I
times?
mean, not every time you go into with a 1-run lead into a ghost runner bottom half, am I going to say it? But there were at least 2 times in extras where they'd already scored a run and had another runner either in scoring position with nobody out, like Vladdy on second with nobody out in the 10th, or Bo came up with second and third and 1 out and didn't convert.
But
And
you
then
don't even have to go that far into the game. Bottom of the 9th, 2 outs, nobody on. Getting out, Jordan. Getting out.
Yeah, that's the big one. You should have won the series. You played well enough for the most part to win the series, and 1 or 2 people at key times slipped up. It was nice to see Bo come back in Game 3 and hit that grand slam. Bo Bichette's a good hitter, and he's going to be fine. But yeah, just kind of stinks. Like, really felt like they were going to win that series, and it all hung on Game 2. And probably best for Mr. Eddings and for everyone who doesn't like frustrated people that our podcast completely destroyed itself yesterday as we were trying to record
It self-destructed halfway through.
Because, I mean,
Ben and
honestly, you were a little – I credit to you. You were a little more, like, professional, level-headed. I was, like, upset.
Poor Ben. He was down in the dumps.
Very
We
upset.
were about 12 to 14 minutes into the most depressed pod we've ever recorded, and then our software it was like, guys, I can't handle this, and it just died on us. And him and I texted back and forth. Neither of us could fix it, and we said, all right, this is a sign. And now we're back. I will like to say real quick, going into the series, I named one Andrew Vaughn as my scary, and boy, did he show up for me. First game, 4 for 4. Game 2, he had a really clutch hit. He went 1 for 5, but that really clutch hit that kept the 9th inning alive for them. And then here in Game 3, 3 for 5, 1 run. I think this is probably the best I'm going to do on. I mean, Austin Hayes was pretty good for me in the last series, but Bonstradamus lives on. Andrew Vaughn really helped me out.
You should claim Vaughn, because while Austin Hayes was good, I had Mountcastle that series.
It's true. You
But
kind of
your
outshadowed
high
me.
watermark is Vaughn, and my high
Andrew Vaughn.
watermark is Mountcastle.
Bonstradamus, I'm telling you. I'm that guy.
Well, on the other side, who's your MVP? Who did you pull?
My MVP for this here series is going to go to one Teoscar Hernandez. I was really happy with how Teoscar played in this series. He had a couple doubles in the first game. Did he go over in the second game with 3 strikeouts? Yeah, he did. But the thing that Dion Waiters always says is something about forgetting about his shots and just keep shooting. And that's kind of what Teoscar did in Game 3. 2 for 4, a run scored, a couple ribbies. I'll take that from Teoscar. A 4-hit series, including a couple doubles. I mean, I'll take that. Run score, some ribbies here and there. Teoscar is back, officially.
Yeah, 4 for 12 for Teo in the series, and all 4 were extra base hits. So that's
King.
nice. Pimped the S out of his home run today, and I love it. I love when people pimp home runs.
Man
don't
just
think
hits nukes.
should ever get in trouble for that on either side, even if it's happening against the Jays. And yeah, Teo, OPS, live OPS, 759.
He's
Plays-
creeping up. He's climbing up.
Plays not where we want him to finish, but very happy where he's at right now, all things considered.
He's getting there.
My MVP, kind of odd because he didn't play in the last game, but he did play in the first 2 games. Kevin Biggio. First of all, first home run of the year. Claps. Good for you, Kevin. You were going to get there. And also, like, has been actually one of the best Jays hitters since he came back in May. He's got like an 840 OPS over that stretch. But in this series, the other big hit he came up with was, although it didn't end up mattering, he had to come in when George got hurt in Game 2, and he came up with the bloop single that ended up scoring the tying run in that game, and the Blue Jays went on to take the 4-2 lead. So clutch Cavan, more important of a player now for the Blue Jays with Springer out, and just continues to get his work done. Overall, he was 3 for 5 in the series with a walk. And although I'm not in the business of counting OPSs off 7 plate appearances, 2.067.
Wow, that's kind of insane. 2 dots, absurd.
You did something right, you know?
Yeah,
You
totally.
did something right. If you want to do something right, like maybe for your girlfriend or your mom or Bones, then you should go to Blue Nile, one of the best spots to get wedding jewelry and fine jewelry. If you're looking to pop the question, or maybe you're celebrating a milestone moment, find jewelry as unique as her or him with the modern convenience of online shopping at BlueNile.com. Look, I'm going to dive into the fine jewelry. Sometimes I got trouble choosing. Well, Blue Nile has jewelry experts on hand 24/7, available via phone or chat to help you find a memorable gift at every budget. Make your moment sparkle with jewelry from Blue Nile, and Locked On Sports listeners get $50 off purchases of $500 or more. This podcast exclusive includes engagement. Use code Locked On. That's code Locked On. Plus, every order is insured, ships free, and arrives in discreet packaging that won't give away what's inside. Shop stress-free and find your forever piece. Go to BlueNile.com today.
And Ben, you continue to slander me, but it's not true. People have been saying that I was saying that one live NBA draft show is enough for Locked On, but really what I was saying is one live NBA draft show is not enough for Locked On. The entire NBA channel is going live on NBA draft night. That's tonight if you're listening to this on Thursday. So if you have a favorite NBA team, make sure you subscribe now to their Locked On YouTube channel so you get notified when they go live on NBA draft night. Alrighty, Ben. It is time for us to unveil our ideal lineups without Jorge Springer. He's got this elbow thing. It's a wrist, elbow, something?
Elbow.
Elbow, I was right. Albie's back soon. I don't think it's going to be anything crazy.
They haven't put him on IL at the time we're recording this. They've just labeled it as discomfort, so hopefully it's just precautionary.
Yeah, discomfort. Everyone's got discomfort. You want me to go first? I will preface that mine's bonkers.
Yeah,
Mine's
yours is
crazy.
wacky, so I almost want you to go second because I want to pro tease.
You've got the tame one?
Set it up. I think I've got the same one. You've been hyping yours up, although mine's a little interesting.
You're going to be shook when I have Taylor Heineman leading off.
Noted Pittsburgh Pirate.
Sure, he's not on the team anymore.
Yeah. All right, I'll give you mine. So probably my wackiest thing comes first. Leading off in left field, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Actually,
That's actually crazy.
Actually, one of the higher on base percentage guys on the team. Higher on base percentage than Santiago Espinal. He gets on base. Okay, Peter Brand, he gets on base. Shortstop, Bo, second. First baseman, Vlad, third. DH, Alejandro Kirk, fourth. Right fielder, Teoscar Hernandez, fifth. Now I got Santi, sixth, second base, but he is slumping a little. He's gonna pick it up. I got Matt Chapman, seven, third base. I love Gabby Moreno, but I still got him 8 for now. But he's got opportunity to move up, but he is just slapping singles right now. So I don't mind putting him back there to get on base for the top of the order guys. And then in my 9 spot, I got Tapia in center, but it comes with a caveat. Even though Zimmer didn't catch a ball today that he probably should have caught, it wasn't an error or anything. If you're leading after the 7th inning, Tapia out of center field. 7th inning or later, out of center field. Get Zimmer in because Tapia is not a good outfielder. I do not enjoy watching him play outfield. I think his outfield defense is suspect.
Hey, this is true. He's no good. So who's your DH? Kirk?
Kirk is my DH. Now, if Kirk is catching, then I'm assuming Moreno is resting.
Moreno's pitching if Kirk's catching.
What?
I was kidding. He's supposed to.
You just broke my brain. I would love to if one of the catchers is resting, Kevin Biggio's in, and someone else is DHing. It's not Otto Lopez. But yeah, I personally would prefer to put Cavan in over Tapia, but they don't have a center fielder then. Like they kind of need Tapia or Zimmer to play, and right now Reimel's the clear choice.
All right. Yours was less tame than I thought it would be, so I'm glad. I did not think Lourdes would be leading off.
I've been on that.
Just to throw out what the actual lineup was today. It was Santiago leading off, Bo second, Vlad third, Alejandro DHing fourth, Teoscar fifth and right, Chapman six, Tapia seven, Lourdes eight, Gabby nine. Mine does not look like that. My lineup starts with a DH.
You're putting Kirk in the lead spot.
Cavan Biggio is leading off.
Okay.
Cavan Biggio arguably has the best at-bat on the team right now, or at least a pretty high up one. I mean, the guy is working counts like nobody's business, and his on-base percentage is up around, 370 after today. So I think Cavan deserves that spot. I've always been a proponent of whoever has the highest on-base percentage or whoever has the best at-bat on the team go first. Usually a veteran, but I like Cavan here. The Yankees do it all the time with Matt Carpenter, and you're always like, Matt Carpenter's leading off, and then he works like an 8-pitch at-bat and hits a home run off Shohei Ohtani. So you're like, oh, that's why they did it. So I like Cavan in the one spot. It gets even crazier as we move on. In the number 2 spot, I'm going to put Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I am a proponent of the analytics that say put your best hitters highest up in the lineup.
Okay.
I don't necessarily think Vlad should be leading off, but I want him hitting second. Another guy with a crazy good on base percentage too. Again, people who don't follow the Blue Jays closely think that Vlad is just a power hitter and that he just slugs home runs left and right and that's his entire game. No, this is not the case. The man is a pure hitter. He's a professional hitter, and he gets on base doing just that. So I love him in the 2 spot. Is he going to hit a lot of home runs just because he's fantastic? Yeah, he's got 17 of them. He leads the team. But it's not because he's trying for a home run every time he's up. He just hits lasers. I like him in the 2 spot. 3 spot, I go Alejandro Kirk, who just continues to rake. A 304 average coming into today and nearly a 400 on base percentage. I honestly think that 1, 2, 3 is fierce. One of those guys is probably getting on. I think it's great. 1, 2, 3. Then I kind of change up my approach a little bit as we hit the 4 spot. I lose the analytical value, and instead what I try to do is segment the lineup in a way that kind of takes the on-base guys and has them at the top and have them at the bottom, and in the middle you have your kind of wild cards. You've got Teoscar 4 and Bo 5.
Okay.
Teoscar and Bo, both guys who are on the up and up. They struggled to begin the year, and now they're hitting the cover off the ball. They're going to be the guys that I rely on to hit at least one of the guys in the 1, 2, 3 spots in. Teoscar's mashing, Bo's mashing. I believe in those guys to get that job done. Behind them, I've got Santiago Espinal in the 6th spot because I value a contact guy in the middle of the order just so he can set the table for the guys at the bottom of the lineup, because you might have realized that I haven't mentioned Lourdes Gurriel's name yet. So he goes right after Espinal. Then I've got Chapman. Then I've got Tapia in center.
Okay. I don't hate it.
I think it's a fantastic lineup.
They've hit Bo in like the 4 spot before. He's definitely a guy who can knock in runs. I mean, he obviously hit a grand slam the day we're recording. I don't hate it. I might slide Lourdes ahead of Espinal. Like very quietly, Lourdes is having a better year than Espinal now.
So I don't put Lourdes down there because I think he's having a worse year. I just value having a guy down there in one of the 7, 8, 9 spots being able to hit the ball really, really well. I think that's something that goes a little bit undervalued. Now, does it go against what I said about having your best hitters up in the lineup? It does, but I think it's also important to not let a pitcher take a break in your lineup and always have somebody every single inning do up that can hurt him.
The only reason I say is Lourdes hits for a higher average than Espinal this year.
This is true. I guess maybe it's just
It's
because
of
I think
late,
of
and Santi's slumping and Lourdes is hot.
that's
So
true.
I'm not saying it's completely wrong. Like there easily Espinal could be hitting at a higher average by
I
the end.
think I think he'll probably get back up there if I
Yeah.
had to guess.
That's fine. I just wanted to play a little devil's advocate.
I appreciate that.
All right.
Um,
I like your
well,
lineup. I think it's so crazy. Do you want to? I'll run through mine quickly once more, and you run through yours, just so people
sure. Go
can
ahead.
remember if you're scoring along at home. I got Lourdes leadoff, Bo second, Vlad third, Kirk fourth. He's my DH. Teo fifth, Espinal sixth, Chapman seventh, Moreno eighth. He's my catcher, and Tapia ninth. But I do kind
Pretty
of
good.
I do kind of feel sad not having Cavan, but I wanted Moreno.
I like Kevin now because he's changed his game, and I appreciate that in a baseball player. So I've got Kevin 1, Vlad 2, Kirk 3, Hernandez 4, Bo 5, Santi 6, Lourdes 7, Chapman 8, Tapia 9. Tapia playing center field instead of Hip Hip Jorge. All right, Ben. Let me tell you about a product I use literally every day. I started taking Athletic Greens 1, AG1, because I wanted to hit nukes just like Teoscar Hernandez. Ben, all right, there are a lot of health facts, so keep up here. It's lifestyle friendly, whether you eat keto, paleo, vegan, dairy free, or gluten free. Contains less than 1 gram of sugar, no GMOs, no nasty chemicals or artificial anything, while still tasting good. And it supports better sleep quality and recovery, supports mental clarity and alertness. It's the one thing with the best things. Athletic Greens uses the best of the best products based on the latest science with constant product iterations and third party testing. It costs you less than $3 a day. You're investing in your health, and it's cheaper, Ben, than your nasty cold brew habit. It's cheaper than getting all of the different supplements yourself, and you're investing in an all in one nutritional insurance. Why wouldn't you want that? All right. Right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. It's just one scoop and a cup of water every day. That's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1 year supply of immune supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/MLB network. Again, that is athleticgreens.com/MLB network to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. You change shirts?
I did change shirts. I wanted to see if I could slip that by you.
No, never.
I did change shirts. All right, it's time for this day in Blue Jays history. Today's an off day, at least the day you're listening to it, June 23rd. So we're going to look back at a big event that happened on this day in the past and maybe educate you a little bit. I guess this is how we usually determine it. Bones, do you think you have a better or worse this day in history than me?
Well, I don't know yours, so it's kind of hard for me to
How
tell.
do you feel about yours out of 10?
I
You
like
can
mine. I'm basing it entirely off of some good names I have in here. I like mine. I'm gonna give it like a 6.5.
All right, I think mine's better. You go first.
Okay, maybe a 7. This was a game that took place.
7? No, I'm kidding. You gave me one of those once.
Oh yeah, I was shook. I was
All
kind of
right,
shook right there.
you
That
go.
was you paid the price of admission for the video pod just to see my face right there. That was fantastic. This was 2018, and not a great year in Blue Jays history. The Jays going into this game were 34-41, taking on the Los Angeles Angels, who were 40-36. The Jays came into this game starting Marcus Stroman, who I do not like, against Jaime Barria. And I got to say, there are some pretty darn good names in this lineup. Curtis Granderson led off, who was later pinch hit for by Babe Ruth himself and Steve Pearce. Teoscar was there. Yangervis Solarte was manning the hot corner. On the other corner was Kendrys Morales, who was later in the game pinch run for Gio Urshela and then replaced for Justin Smoke, who is a Blue Jays legend. Another Blue Jays legend, a couple of them, 3 of them, in fact. Kevin Pillar, Russell Martin, and Randall Grichuk on this team. Aledmus Diaz at short, and then everybody's favorite second baseman, Devin Travis. So there's some fun names there. In terms of pitching, you had Aaron Loop, who had a great season for the Mets last year, now on the Angels. You had Tyler Clippard, and you had Sung Hwan Oh, who blew a save and then ended up getting a win in which the Jays won the game 4-1 with a 3-run rally in the top of the 9th. Pretty fun game, I'd have to say. Ryan Tepera gets the save in the 9th, and I got to say the Angels with a lot less exciting. Ian Kinsler playing for the Angels at the time, but that's about it in terms of exciting names.
What sparked the 3-run rally in the 9th? What was the hit?
I believe it was a Steve Pearce homer. 3-run shot off Justin Anderson. 2 outs in the 9th, too. Tie game.
Home game, like he walked it off?
No, it was not a walk-off. They were in Los Angeles.
They were in Anaheim.
He just set up Ryan Tepera to get the save, man, after Sung Hwan held on. Actually, he blew a save, but he got the win.
Yeah, he didn't hold on. That's a cool one. I like that one.
Thanks,
yeah,
man.
2018, tough year. I'm going to dial it back all the way to June 23rd, 1989. The Blue
Not
Jays.
even a twinkle.
No. Blue Jays enter Oakland Alameda County Coliseum, also known as OCO, and where they still currently play, with a 35-36 record. Yuck. Blue Jays trying to get back to 500, though. So what do? This is how they start the game. Top of the first inning. Junior Felix, single. Tony Fernandez, double. Kelly Gruber, single. George Bell, walk. Fred McGriff, walk. Pat Borders, single. It's the first 6 batters of the game. They're up only 2-0 somehow.
That's insane.
The bases are loaded. They end up scoring 7 runs in that first inning without a hit more than a double. No triple, no homer. 7 runs. They bat around. Junior Felix gets 2 different singles in that inning. Pretty elite. Blue Jays are up 7-0. You're like, all right, Blue Jays got it in the bag, right? Oakland comes out in the bottom of the first inning. This is an insane game. This is how they start the bottom of the first. Single, walk, sac fly, walk, RBI ground out, single, triple. It's 7-4.
I was about to ask, can I guess the score?
Okay, well, guess what the score was by the end of the inning?
Oh, by the end of that inning?
Yeah, just by the end of the first. It's not over.
Oh, well, do all the singles and the walks, and then I'll guess.
Okay, here's how the first inning goes. It's I think I might have got the score wrong at the point in time anyway, so it's fine. Single, walk, sac fly, walk, ground out, single, triple, fly out.
I think it's 8-4.
Well, Blue Jays had 7. So what do you think?
Then it's 7-5.
7-6. Very close.
Oof, I was close.
7-6. The Blue Jays went from 90% win expectancy to just like, welcome to a new baseball game once again. And this game stayed pretty tight. Blue Jays, like, this was such a, like, you punch, I punch back kind of game. 7-6, then 4 scoreless frames. I don't believe either starter made it out of the first inning.
Can't imagine they did.
Neither starter made it out of the first inning. Then all of a sudden, the Blue Jays scored 2 runs in the top of the 6th. It's like, cool. Now they're up 9-6. A's are like, yep, we're going to grab one in the bottom of the 6th inning. 9-7. Then it's in the 9th. Blue Jays get a pinch hit double from Ernie Witt to put them ahead again, 10-7. And then Dave Parker's like, nope, going to score a run off your closer, Tom Henke. Make it 10-8. But that is where the scoring would stop. Eventually, the Blue Jays would win the game 10-8, and that would set up what would be the first of a couple ALCS matchups in a short frame, because although the Blue Jays were 500 at that point and would actually, after the win, it would actually dip below 500 again, they would end up going to the ALCS, taking on the A's that year and losing, go to the ALCS in 91, lose there, but in 92, they beat the A's in the ALCS. Then they won the World Series. I believe they beat the A's in 91. Now I got to go check before we end this pod because I don't want to be a liar, a stinking liar.
You mentioned Tom Henke. I packed Tom Henke in an unopened 1988 baseball card pack the other day. I was like, look, it's Tom Henke. He's got those glasses.
That's pretty dope. 1992. They did beat the A's in 1992. Okay, that's what I thought.
Big for you.
It was also
big for your credibility.
Yeah, that is big for my credibility. That was going to be terrible for my credibility if I got that wrong. Also, in 89, that was the first year of Cito Gaston. So it was like very early on into the Cito Gaston run. First time they hit 500 with Cito as the manager. And that's pretty cool. You know who's good at hitting over 500? The Raptors. You know who gets to pick in the NBA draft? The Raptors and some other teams like Bones' Knicks. I'm sure you're glad to claim the Knicks.
AJ Griffin, go get him.
People weren't here for that, but that was when our podcast
true.
crashed yesterday. I was talking about Duke's AJ Griffin projected to go to the Knicks, which would be cool. The first picks of the Ultimate NBA Mock Draft have been made. Search now for Ultimate NBA Mock Draft and get over 50 insiders, the Odyssey Sports experts, the draft experts of Locked On NBA Big Board. The 5-episode Ultimate NBA Mock Draft is underway. Make the Ultimate NBA Mock Draft your second listen after you made this your first listen, and we appreciate it very much. He's Matt Bonaparte. I'm Ben Shulman. We'll catch you a little bit later tomorrow on Locked On Blue Jays.